Unexpected connections. A night of reunion and surprises. It all started when I was attending my high school reunion. I was excited to catch up with old friends and spark a new connection with someone special. However, as the night wore on, I felt anxious about leaving the event without finding someone. Just as I was losing hope, my friend Alyssa took matters into her own hands. She spotted a guy that she's special. I had been single for a while and was ready to start dating again. As I walked into the ballroom, I could hear laughter and chatter filling the room. Everyone was dressed to impress, and the atmosphere was electric. Just as I started feeling nervous and self-conscious, my friend Lisa appeared. I had known Lisa since grade school, and we had remained close throughout the years. She had always been my confidant, and I trusted her like no one else. "Hey, gorgeous," Lisa said, giving me a big hug. "Are you ready to have some fun tonight?" "Absolutely," I replied, smiling nervously. "I just hope I can find someone to talk to." Lisa grinned at me and linked her arm through mine. "Don't worry about that. I've got you covered." Lisa entertained me with stories and jokes as we mingled with the other guests. She pointed out people she thought I might like, but none sparked my interest. I was getting ready to call it a night when Lisa grabbed my arm and gestured toward a guy. "There he is," she said, grinning. "He's been eyeing you all night." I turned to look at the guy in question and felt my heart skip a beat. He was tall, with broad shoulders and a friendly smile. When he saw me looking at him, he walked over and introduced himself. "Hi, I'm David," he said, holding his hand. "I couldn't help but notice you from across the room." I felt my cheeks heat up as I shook his hand. "Hi, I'm Jenna," I replied. "Nice to meet you." David and I chatted for a few minutes, and I found him charming and funny. We had a lot in common, and I felt a connection with him that I hadn't felt with anyone in a long time. Then, just as I thought this could be something special, Lisa tugged on my arm. "Excuse us for a moment," she said to David, grabbing my arm and pulling me away. "What's going on?" I asked, confused. Lisa looked at me seriously. "Jenna, I know you like David, but you must know something. He's a total dork." I frowned at her. "What do you mean?" "He's one of those guys who lives in his mom's basement and plays video games all day," Lisa said. "I met him earlier, and he told me about his World of Warcraft clan. He seems nice enough, but do you really want to spend your life with someone like that?" I felt a sinking feeling in my stomach. Lisa had always been honest with me, and I trusted her judgment. But I couldn't help feeling disappointed. David seemed so perfect, at least on the surface. "Just give him a chance," Lisa urged. "But if you decide you don't like him, I'll help you get out of there." I reluctantly agreed and went back to talk to David. We exchanged phone numbers and made plans to go out the following weekend. But, as I walked out of the ballroom, I couldn't help feeling conflicted. On the one hand, I was grateful to Lisa for looking out for me. But on the other hand, I couldn't help feeling that maybe she was too judgmental. The week went by quickly. Before I knew it, it was Saturday night. I had dressed carefully, choosing a cute outfit I hoped would impress David. We had agreed to meet at a trendy restaurant in the city, and I arrived a few minutes early to get a table. As I waited for David, I felt nervous and anxious. What if Lisa was right? What if David was a dork? I was about to give up and leave when he entered the door. "Hi," he said, grinning. "Sorry, I'm a little late. Traffic was crazy." I felt myself relaxing as we settled into our seats. We ordered drinks and started talking, and I increasingly enjoyed his company. The conversation flowed easily, and we laughed and joked like we had known each other for years. Just as I was starting to think that maybe Lisa had been wrong, David leaned in and whispered something in my ear. "We have a problem," he said, looking serious. "What's wrong?" I asked, feeling a knot form in my stomach. "The server just told me that your credit card was declined," he said, gesturing towards the bill on the table. I felt my face turn red as I realized what had happened. I must have forgotten to transfer money to my account that morning. I started to apologize, but David just smiled. "Don't worry about it," he said. "I've got this." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a handful of bills, laying them on the table. I felt grateful and embarrassed at the same time. "Thank you," I said, feeling like an idiot. David just shrugged. "It happens to the best of us," he said. As we left the restaurant, I couldn't help feeling grateful to Lisa. She had saved me from a dork, sure. But more importantly, she had saved me from a guy who wouldn't have been there for me when I needed him the most. As we walked, I looked up at David, feeling a flutter in my stomach. This may be the start of something special, after all.